in this computer. Okay. So I don't have, honestly, any great, amazing content specifically to teach today or go over today. Other than to say that if you missed, show of hands, because I know who was on the call last week, but who went back, that's been on the team longer than 24 hours, and watched the playback recording of last week's call. Did anyone on the team? Okay. So what you missed last week is just a quick recap is basically, you guys, most of you know me, my backstory as a coach and what I've been doing with it, and that it's pretty much been my dream and hope to do it full time, but I've always had like the one foot in the door with coaching and the one foot in the door with the Army. And I knew where I desired to go more, but I was scared. And you guys all know I'm in the Middle East where, life is not that bad, but it fucking sucks to be away from the kids and the husband and real life in general, wine, all of my loves. But just kind of things have lined up in my life, and I was 100% not ready to submit my packet to resign from the Army before this deployment. Even though I had printed the packet and I had it ready to go, I was like 80% there. The deployment has definitely pushed me over that edge, and for many reasons. It's not just different stupid shit things I've had to deal with here, but it's just my heart's not in it anymore. My heart is just not in the military. It's not what I desire to do. And I've made it known to all of my leadership over the last couple weeks, and it's all just a matter of making it official with our human resources division, that I am officially going to be a civilian and out of the Army as of February of 2020, but starting terminal leave as of Christmas this year. So I'm pretty excited about that. And it's funny because my leadership, my chief nurse at my hospital back at home, at my home station, I don't think I told Jessica and Lindsay, I don't think I told you guys this in our private chat, but he was like, Ogle, you can't get out. They're grooming you. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And he's like, no, really. They're grooming you to take over as the chief of the Army Nurse Corps in 8 years. And I was like, yeah, I really wish that gave me some sort of feeling inside. I wish that I could tell you that made me really happy to hear. But that makes me kind of miserable for myself in 9 years if that's my life. Because I'd be going back home to working 60 plus hours a week. My life is not my priority. My kids are not my priority. My husband, none of that can be my priority because my priority has to be that right there. And I'm done. I've been doing this for far too long. So I was like, yeah, that's great. But you know what? There's someone else that's going to be the chief of the nurse corps. It ain't going to be me. I'm going to be the top Beachbody coach, living my life and doing my thing. So I have committed 100% to putting both feet in the door and giving this business what I owe it, because I know and I've seen what it can do if you're willing, if you want this to be a full-time income and you're willing to put the hours in. And all this, guys, is to say this is my goal and it doesn't have to be yours, but you can be perfectly fine and happy making part-time income or making just for fun or just covering your shakes and your whatever. But this is my goal, and I am making it known because I want anyone who's on the team who has this goal to fucking run with me and do this with me. But I'm putting both feet in that door and giving this what it deserves, the time and attention it deserves. And in 6 months, the goal when I get home from deployment is that I don't have to have another job unless I want to. So that's it. And I'm doing it, and it's happening. And the momentum, it's funny, I can't tell you guys just how much lighter I feel. I just feel like a huge weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and I have felt more positive over these last 2 weeks than I have in a very long time. I wanted to go on this deployment because I fucking hated my job. I was miserable. being a middle manager and working 60 hours a week and commuting 3 hours a day. I was fucking miserable. And the outlook that I have right now of like, okay, I have 6 months left on this deployment, which is going to be 6 months of doing what I love, because I have to be at work, but like you guys see, I'm the ER the nurse in the ER right now, but there ain't no patients. I have time, and that time is going toward working this business and seeing it build and expand and grow, and seeing you guys build and expand and grow if that's your desire. And that outlook is so good right now, like so positive. And the energy, like I've had so much crazy energy. It's almost been like this mania. Like I've been like manic because it feels right. It just feels right, and it feels good. And I am, for the first time in my life, saying yes to myself about what I really like to do, what I love to do, and what brings me joy, and only doing the things that bring me joy. I was working on something for the Army the other day, and I was like, this isn't bringing me joy. I'm going to stop doing it. I was like, that's stupid. Let me quit doing that stupid shit. So yeah, that's where I am right now. And there's a whole lot of other drama stuff that I could tell you guys about on this deployment that it could otherwise be bringing me down. And it is sure not bringing me down. I'm like, bye, Felicia. Goodbye to that. I'm not dealing with that shit anymore. Peace. I'm going to go surround myself with these ladies on this team who love and lift each other up and support each other no matter what. And y'all can have your fun in the Army. Y'all keep going with that. You talk to me in 10 years and see who's happy and who's not. So that is just kind of the small update. And what has been going on over the last 2 weeks is, I don't even remember how we started talking about it. Jessica and Lindsay, I don't remember how the three of us got into a group, but I was like, hey, I want to do this. Like, I'm doing it. I'm going there. And I think I was talking to Lindsay, and then Lindsay was like, well, Jessica wants to do it too. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. So about 2 weeks ago, we started getting together in a private chat with just the three of us. And then before you know it, that infectious energy was just seeping out into the rest of the team. Kelly wanted to get in there with us, and you guys have seen she's started 80-day obsession to just get herself back on track and feeling good and vibing good. And the energy is just incredible between all of us right now. So what we did, and this was discussed on last week's team call, but I'll again keep you up to date, is I knew, you guys, I've been doing this for a long time, right? I knew that if I had a goal to really start going out and putting myself out there a little more and inviting more people to help this opportunity change their lives, then there had to be something. If I was inviting, there had to be something to invite to. And I didn't just want to do the blanket invite to the team and invite to Priority Me Project. I really wanted there to be something tangible to invite people to, and have like direct energy going into that thing that I was inviting them to. And so every week there's something that you as a coach can invite someone to. So this week was a 2-day sneak peek, and you can still add people in there, certainly. But we, over this last week, really starting Monday, I asked Lindsay and Jessica, and then later Kelly, to make little snippet videos answering like 6 different questions. And it's awesome because I didn't ask them to we didn't talk about our answers individually at all. I had no idea what Lindsay was going to say. I really didn't know what I was going to say until I started recording myself. I had no idea what Jessica was going to say, and then later what Kelly said when she added in her videos. And it is fire. Like, I took all of our little snippets, put it together into some iMovies, and then loaded it to YouTube. And it's what we used in our sneak peek. And I am telling you guys, like, if you watch any one of those, I think it's 5 videos, right? If you watch any one of those 5 videos and it doesn't get you like fucking pumped up and get you like, oh my God, yeah, I love our team. I'm so obsessed with our team, and I'm so obsessed with what we do. Then I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be in this, because that, like, I'm so obsessed with those videos. I can't stop fucking watching them. I think I might be like 5 of the views for each video. I might be, I might be up to 5 views. I don't know. And so this week was a sneak peek, and it was so fun and so exciting to do and run and show those videos for the first time. And then next week is going to be a 2-day sneak peek for challengers. So if you have people who have been interested in what we do as a challenger, so they don't have to sign up as a coach at all, but what they do as a challenger, then you can add them into the 2-day sneak peek next week. And it's next Thursday and Friday? I'm pretty sure. There's a graphic in the team page that has the dates. And then the following week, so every other week will be a coach sneak peek, and then the alternate week will be a challenger sneak peek. So every single week of the month, you have something to invite people to. And I say that because part of being a successful coach is inviting. And if you're not inviting people, if you're not putting something out there to invite people to, then you're never going to see growth in your business. Whether your intent is to pay for your own Shakeology every month and your Energize or your annual on-demand subscription, whether it's to bring in $500 a month, whether it's to bring in $10,000 a month, you're not going to see growth if you're not directly inviting people. So I wanted to talk to you guys about 2 things today, about inspiring and inviting, and how do I do those. And so I will say the inspiring part is I talk to people, I share what I'm doing. So you guys probably have seen, if you're following my journey, doing 80-day obsession, which a lot of people on our team have already done and can attest to the fact that that workout fucking changes you. Yeah, I knew Laura's going to look up on that one. This workout is like legit getting me through so much, helping me count down the days till I get home, getting me through a workout I never thought I would get through. And I'm in fairly good shape, but my freaking God, this is the hardest workout I've ever done. And it's amazing. Like, it's hard, but I love it. I hate it and I love it at the same time. And the results are crazy. They're so intense. The workout's intense, but the results are just as intense. And I'm just sharing that every day, and sharing some of my frustrations with it, sharing some of my frustrations with talking to people about it. And I'm not doing a ton of extra inviting. People are just seeing that they're inspired by what I'm posting, and they're commenting and asking me. And so I've hit Success Club this month, and not a single one of those people was someone that I talked to individually this month. It was 3 people that came to me and just said, hey, I want to do that thing you're doing. I'm like, okay. So that's where you can inspire people by sharing that journey. And some of you may be on here and thinking, well, okay, I'm a newer coach and I do that already. I'm trying to inspire people and I'm trying to do that. And I just want to say, don't stop doing what you're doing, because in this business, people just want to see that you are consistent with what you're doing, that you didn't just sign up for another MLM thing just to quit on it in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. They want to see that you truly believe in what you're doing and that you truly are consistent with it, because no one wants to sign up with someone who isn't consistent. So consistency and time are the 2 biggest things that you need to have patience with in the beginning of your business. So keep doing. If you're doing that, keep doing it. You're on the right track. And then as far as inspiring in other ways, so the other thing that I have been doing this month is I've been going back and talking to people, because I've been coaching for years now. So I'm going back and I'm talking to people that have expressed interest at some point or another in what I'm doing. I just ask them how they're doing. And if they say, like, I really want to do what you're doing, but I can't pay for the challenge pack right now. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, would you benefit from a meal plan? Would you benefit from, let me send you like a couple of the principles that I follow with To Be Mindset, and see if you implement those and it helps you. Then you can kind of start to add value in their life and inspire them, show them that, like, hey, try to eat your carbs. Like, what kind of carbs are you eating? Let's talk about that. Right. And if they're like, well, I eat, cereal in the morning and I eat white bread, 2 sandwiches at lunch, and then I have mashed potatoes and whatever. Like, okay, let's start there. Let's make that one simple change. And I walk them through how to change their nutrition just a little bit. And when they start implementing that stuff and over a week or 2 weeks see results, guess what they're inevitably going to want to do? They're going to want more of that value that I've just added to their life. They're going to want more of what I just gave them. So they're going to come back. They're going to see the value in what I was giving them, and therefore see the value in investing in themselves on that challenge pack. And that's when people start to join. That's how you kind of get those people that are on the fence about the price. Give them a little bit, and you'll see them come back to you because they're like, man, I just did like that one little thing she told me to do, and I lost 10 pounds over the last month. What if I was doing the whole 2B program? What could I do? They start to see like, hey, I'm capable of this, so I should do this, right? So that's how you can start to inspire people, motivate them. Ultimately, people are going to be driven by what is internally motivating them. And if you figure out what that is and start to help them work toward that, they're going to want to sign up and they're going to want to be a part of this community. The second part is the inviting part. And so what I've been doing, I will admit to you guys, and Kelly admitted this the other day too, I haven't invited privately to people, like one-on-one inviting, maybe like over a year, 2 years. Mostly not ever in my business, unless I was doing like a Josh Coates training. Just because I didn't like to do it, and I kind of tried to purposely build my business so that I wouldn't have to do that, which has been great. I was a Success Club All-Star, on my way to get Success Club All-Star again, but people just came to me because of those things I did that I just told you about. I shared my journey, I added value. I kept following up with people like, hey, how did it go after you last month whenever you changed that carb thing we talked about? And then people just want to sign up because they see my consistency over time and they have seen the value added, right? And so every time that I go the extra step, the extra vital step as a coach, and actually personally invite people, I see a bump in my business. So that's not a surprise, right? And that's happened the 2 times I've done Josh Coates training, and it's happening now. So I have personally been inviting 20 people a day to something, and it's very basic. And so I want to kind of tell you guys how I invite and just show you that I don't overcomplicate it, because 20 a day is a lot. And if you're scared about doing 20 a day, don't make it 20 a day, make it 2 a day, make it 1 a day, make it 5 a week. Start off with a number that you feel comfortable with and shoot for it and just do it. And before you know it, you're like, oh, I just invited 5 people and it was okay. And I didn't die. It's like, I'm okay. That maybe I had some palpitations there for a second, but I didn't go in full blown VTAC. So what I do is especially on Instagram, like Instagram is a
that was a joke just for us. Everybody else is like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what VTAC is. So on Instagram is mostly cold network for me. And I will just literally go for my cold network people. I scroll through my Instagram for all of 5 minutes a day. And I'll be like, oh, who's this new follower? Oh, or who's this that has probably been following me forever? And I just never kept track of that because shame on me. And man, they're doing like Weight Watchers, or they're doing some sort of like Pop Sugar Fitness or something. And I just message them and I say, hey, your Instagram is motivating as fuck. You're awesome. Dude, let me know if you want any information about Priority Me Project. That's it. And I'll send I keep it so basic ass bitch over here. Do you want information about my team and what we do? The other one, if they look like a coach, I do the what's her name?
Haley Christian. Are you a coach too? Oh my God, girl. Are you a coach too?
even if I know they're not a coach, but I think they would make a good coach. If I see their stuff and I'm like, they're in a hint of Shakeology or the Shanti step or anything in their pictures, but I'm like, they would make a damn good coach based on what they're posting alone. I'll be like, hey, your Instagram is like super motivating and like I'm inspired for real when I go to your page. I really, really enjoy it. I'll be like, are you a coach too? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, You're already doing it. Why aren't you a coach? Do you want some information on it? Like, my team's doing a 2-day sneak peek this week. Perfect timing. I can just pop you in there on Facebook and see what you think. And then if they say yes, because not all of them are going to say yes. Okay, out of 20 people a day for the last 4 days is how long I've been doing the 20 a day. Before that, I was doing 5 a day. How many do you guys think said yes per day, 20 a day? 20 per day. Each day you think 2, Lindsay? 4, like 1 to 2. So out of those 20, only 1 to 2 say yes. And then over that time, how many do you think are going to end up ultimately signing up? Of like 1 to 2 a day. So maybe there's five a week. So 5 times 4 is 20, right? I'm a smart nurse. So 20 in a sneak peek. If the numbers are right, probably only 1 or 2 is going to want to sign up at the end of that time. So not everybody is going to answer you back. That's fine. Bless and release them. Who fucking cares? You know what I'm proud of you for? Inviting them in the first place. And then keep showing up for yourself like you were anyway, and keep showing up on your social media. Because let me tell you something. There are people out there who aren't liking your stuff or commenting on it that are looking at you and watching you. They're like,
And even those people that you just talked to that didn't sign up that first sneak peek, you'd be surprised.
Yes.
2-3 months down the road, they're like, okay, I'm cutting out all my bullshit excuses. What do I have to do?
Yeah. Yep. So my sister was in our sneak peek that we did in January, and she's signing up today. 80-day obsession. She's like, if I'm doing it, I'm going all in. Give me that deluxe challenge pack.
I followed up with all of my people that are in there from like years ago. Like, hey, did you check out the sneak peek content?
Yeah, those videos are fire. Yeah.
They're fire. Little fire emoji.
Yeah.
I mean that, right? Like, my team is freaking fire. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, we're pretty awesome. So all of this to say, because you guys are all on this call right now, because you're a coach and you want to do it, right? Whether you want to make $200 a month, or you want to make $500 a month, or you want to make, again, $10,000 or $40,000 or $50,000 a month. You're on this call because you want to do that. So do it. Don't make it hard. This isn't a hard business. It's just hard if you tell yourself it's hard. So, and I just wanted to make that realistic for you, that 20 a day, 18, sometimes all 20 ghost on me. Or they're like, nah, they'll answer. They're like, nah, no thanks. Like, okay, if you change your mind, you want to shake it up, you know where to find me. I'll keep loving on your stuff if you keep loving on my stuff. And they're like, okay. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know what that's going to turn into in 6 months or a year or a month from now or 2 weeks from now. And they're like, fuck, look at your phase 2 results. God dang, I want to get on that. So you just never know. And you also...
I feel like 80-day obsession should come with a warning that you gain weight in phase 2 and your results are not the same. Don't get discouraged.
I know.
Phase 3 is coming because you both get
I know. You doing it before and giving me this warning has set me up, because the scale has not moved this week, and I'm like, fuck you.
It's depressing. It's depressing. Phase 2, you're like, Autumn, I thought you were my girl. I thought you were my girl.
And if I keep eating Girl Scout cookies, I have some more issues. Yeah, I'm not following Time Nutrition. I'm following 2 people. I can't. Like, the DFAC is only open 3 times a day. So, and I have no fridge and microwave. I live in an open bay of 50 other women. But anyway, so just trying to make it realistic for you guys, that if you're a new coach, or you've been a coach for a while and you weren't inviting, which is probably everybody, because if you were inviting, we would all be more successful than we are, right? I'm willing to admit that. I'm telling you guys, but things have changed, and this month is different, and this month and every month going forward is different. But and I've made that commitment to myself. Are you willing to make that commitment to yourself and your business? But people are going to ghost. People are going to ignore you. People are going to get in the sneak peek and then ghost on you. And they're never going to look at the sneak peek stuff. And then 3 months later, they're going to be like commenting on your sneak peek stuff again randomly. And you're like, where'd you come from? So that's just part of this business. Don't think that if that happens to you, you're a bad coach or you're not good at it. That is just this business. And then, of course, with that number being 1 out of 10 are going to say yes, so 9 out of 10 are going to say no, then think about that for your goals in your business and how many people you should realistically be reaching every day or talking to every day based on your business goals. So if you want to hit super high numbers and have a ton of retail commission every month, you need to be talking to a lot of people. If you're okay with like, maybe a challenge pack sale here and there and, just enough to cover whatever, then fine. That's okay to be where you are. It's fine to be where you are. But right now I'm telling you, if you want growth, get on the train with us, because we're leaving the station. Like, we've already built up that momentum. We're already leaving. The train horn is however a train horn goes. I was going to try to make a noise, but I was like, no, that's going to come out wrong. Like, it's going.
Well,
there you
if
go.
you're uncomfortable talking to people, the sneak peeks are perfect for that. If you're still trying to get your footing on what to say, how to answer questions, put them in the sneak peeks and let us do. Let us do the work.
Let us do the hard part.
Yeah.
And then that's where it takes the pressure off of you. When they're like, well, what do? You're like, listen, the leaders on my team have made like this freaking bomb sneak peek. Let's talk about your goals. Like what kind of goals do you have? What do you think kind of sets you up for wanting to do this in the first place, to being a coach? Do you want to help people? That's great. Okay. What kind of money do you want to make? Like, the opportunities are pretty endless. So you can start kind of having those conversations about their wishes and their desires and their dreams. And, like, hey, if you were making extra money, what would you do with it each month? Stuff like that. But the sneak peek, we go into the detail of all of the things that they need to know before signing up. So it's taking all that pressure off of you. You don't have to like word vomit everything all over them. It's in the sneak peek. And if you guys haven't seen the videos, I'll post all of the links to the coaching sneak peek videos in the team page tonight, just so you can go and watch them, so you can see. Because you might even have someone who comes to you tomorrow, right after we've ended a sneak peek and we don't have one for 2 weeks, and they say, hey, I'm kind of interested in what you're doing. And that will happen, and it can happen. Then you can just send them the YouTube links. You don't have to wait for a sneak peek to come up. You could just send them those YouTube videos as well. So the pressure is off of you. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking that pressure off of you from inviting, because people are going to say no. People are going to ghost you. Who fucking cares? You know what else is going to happen? People who have been researching life insurance clauses for a suicide, whatever, so that their family would be taken care of if push came to shove, and they're on their knees praying for an answer, you might be talking to someone who's in that position. You have that power. You might change someone's life completely in 365 days. They're a different person. You fucking never know who you're talking to. So don't let the fear you have of failure, or the fear you have of someone saying no to you or ghosting on you, get in the way of saying, hey, do you want some information about what I do? Are you interested in Priority to Me Project? What? You don't even know what Priority to Me Project is? Oh my God, you've got to get in that Challenger sneak peek we got coming up. What's your Facebook link? Let me get you in there. What are you on Facebook? Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it's that simple. So take that pressure off yourself. It's unnecessary pressure. And the other thing I wanted, so that's inspiring.
If they didn't like you, they wouldn't be following you on Instagram.
Yeah. And if they stop following you, again, who fucking cares? Bye.
It ain't your mama. It's an Instagram follower.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. There's like billions of people on Instagram. See ya. Let me go talk to these people who want to change their life for the better. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about for next week is, and again, if you haven't seen the videos for the coaching sneak peek, maybe it's a little bit hard to see this in your mind, but I know what is in my mind. I have this vision and it's going to get executed. For the Challenger sneak peek, I really sat today and thought to myself, okay, when I have talked to people about our challenge group, what have they wanted to know? Like, what are the questions they've been most interested in having answered before they get a challenge pack? And those questions to me were to explain the nutrition. So why Shakeology? I get that question a lot. Why 2B Mindset? Why Portion Fix? Why Energize? To have an explanation of what exactly, like, what, I don't understand what you're doing in that group. Like, I don't get it. What do you mean Priority Me Project? What do you mean it's a community? I don't understand. So having that explained in a video. A third video would be explaining the workouts and kind of like our view, because anyone can go Google to 21 Day Fix or 80 Day Obsession and they can YouTube it, but I want them to hear from our perspective on our team of, you know, those kind of things. And then they want to know what kind of transformation they're going to have. So it'll be a fourth video. They want to know about pricing up front, and I don't hide prices from people. I don't try to sneak it in at the last minute like, oh my God, I'm sorry, it's $180. It's $180. It's an investment, and you're either ready to make that investment or you're not. I don't mess around with people. I'm like, you don't have the money? Okay, whatever, bye. See you next month or in 3 months when you're ready. And then to also go over like some things at the end of the sneak peek, because we're going to have prizes for every sneak peek we do. So the prizes are a branded water bottle for new coaches that join. It's a Dynamic Force branded water bottle, and and they're really cute. Let me show you guys a picture of it really quick. Where did I put that, Lindsay, in our group chat? Hang on, give me a sec. Give me a second. Yeah, oh God, they're so cute. I'm gonna order one for myself too. Even though in Iraq you only drink out of manufactured water bottles because you can't drink the water. Don't drink the water. Okay, there it is. Are those not adorable? Is everybody like, I want one too? I'm asking if they do bulk orders because I was like, everybody's going to want a water bottle that's already on the team. So those are the prizes for the 2 days.
No signature. You know that Mary does all that now too.
Oh, she does?
Mm-hmm.
Will you send me a link to any water bottles she has? Because we can just order some from her.
We'll chat.
Okay. And then, so you can also tell that to people that if they get into the sneak peeks, the person who engages the most over the 2 days for coaching or challenger gets a water bottle. So this past sneak peek is like someone threw it out of the ballpark, blew it out of the water, threw it out of the ballpark, whatever. I always get my sayings mixed up. But she's a winner for sure in there. But anyways, so what I need from you guys, and this is where you can help to start to inspire people, because again, go back and watch those YouTube videos. They're fucking inspiring as shit. And I'm giving you guys an opportunity to be in those YouTube videos. So for the Nutrition Explained workout video, and don't worry about writing this down because I'm going to put all this in a Google Share Drive that you guys can access. I want everyone who's willing to do this, and you don't have to do a video for every single question, just the ones that you really feel particularly moved to speak on, these are all the questions that I want to have answered in a small snippet video, and then I'll slice it up in a really sweet, motivating as fuck video. For the Nutrition Explained, it'll be, what have you learned about your nutrition? Because I'll tell you guys, I've learned a whole hell of a lot. I used to be starving myself, and I didn't even know it. What has changed about your nutrition because of this? Why do you love Shakeology? How has 2B Mindset helped you? Why do you love it? Or if you're a portion fixer, how has Portion Fix helped you, and why do you love it? And why do you love Energize? So those would be the snippet videos that I want anyone on the team to work on, a small 30-second to 1 minute clip of those answers.
How much of Lindsay's did you have to, and Kelly's did you have to shorten? I was like, oh, that's good. How'd that happen? They're not rambling.
All of them.
She's like a minute and under. I said, oh gosh, this is going to take me all night. I ain't even lying. I've recorded and re-recorded so many times because I was like, fuck, now I got to talk a little bit faster.
So they luckily had natural,
like,
how did she get them to do that? Though? Because they had
natural. I should have taken some Energize, so I talked really, really fast.
No. I also had to turn the volume up to 400% on me and Jessica, and down to like 80% on Lindsay and Kelly's videos. But they both naturally have a pause in their speech, and I just spliced the videos up where they paused in their speech. Like, it was editing. I could be a producer on The Bachelor, I'm telling you. Okay, so those would be all the questions that will be answered in for the nutrition video. For
how do people work out with Energize? Can that be my testimonial?
How do people work out without it?
How did I used to work out without it?
But how do you work out without Energize?
I don't know.
Do you guys remember at Summit you were looking at me like I had 4 heads when I was like, no, I haven't been using it.
Here, take this magic potion.
Yeah. So now I'm like, can I double scoop?
So the support and community video, I made one for the coaching sneak peek, but it's more about our coaching community and what we do as coaches going to Super Saturday and going to Summit and our team calls. So this one is going to be geared more toward Priority Me Project, or for Lindsay and Jessica, Mind, Body, Soul United. And so you can say Priority Me Project or you can say Mind, Body, and Soul United. I don't mind because I think it's important to see that we do have different communities. But basically the question to be answered there is, how has insert community helped you? Where would you be if it wasn't for that community? Would be the other question. I don't have that one written down, but I'm going to write it down. I'm a little scared about where I would be, honestly, if it wasn't for all this. Okay, the workouts explained video. Here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. And I know it's going to be hard to narrow this down, but if a lot of people give me videos, I don't need why you love every single workout. I want to know, what is your favorite workout and why? So you have to pick a favorite and tell me about it in 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Can one of the reasons be because the trainer's hot?
Yes. That's what I want to say too.
Not if you talk about Joel's abs, Rebecca will kick you off the team.
That's what I want to say.
We can share him, Rebecca.
It can be either, Rebecca, program or specific workout.
Abs are weird.
And here's the thing, you guys. I'm keeping these questions pretty vague because I want you to answer it individually. So what's awesome is that, like, Jessica sent me a clip of something about what she loves about the workouts the most is that, I can't remember how you worded it. I've watched it about 500 times, so I should have memorized by now, but that you get to work out in your husband's boxers. And she was like, so it's pretty fucking awesome. That was so cute, and it was funny, and it went into the video, and it worked in it seamlessly, and it just gave an extra part of, like, we're people, we're funny, and we like to talk about this stuff. And so I don't care. Talk about Joel's abs or how Shanti is like the hottest guy ever, even though he's gay. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, you can say anything you want. And don't be offended if I don't use parts of your videos. It's just because I have to edit them into like a 5 to 6 minute video to keep people's attention long enough. But just make it your own. Like, what is your favorite? Kelly loves to work out without a sports bra. I don't know why. I think that's fucking weird, but she doesn't work out with a bra on sometimes. And that's what she loves about working out at home. And I'm like, okay, that might make it in the video. Who knows? Because she can work out at home. Who cares? She's your friend. I'm just kidding. She's my friend too, but she's your friend.
I'm going to be 100% transparent. I'm way too self-conscious to go. I used to go to a gym. I feel like people are looking at me, that I'm not doing it right, that I'm sweating, but I'm not a sweaty person. So it's like the ink kind of like a squid and it smells bad. And then like my kid and the childcare, and she won't stay there, and it's germy and
so I'm going to get to that.
And I have to drive there.
I'm going to get to that.
And Autumn's abs. That's all I'm going to say.
But I want to know for that specific video, and this is the other thing that doesn't matter how I'm going to show you guys how to send me these videos and where to load them into the right place. But because I can use your answers for other videos too. But what is your favorite workout and why? And then I would absolutely love, if you're comfortable with this, with you sending me, putting into this folder I'm going to show you clips of you doing the workouts at home. If you're already doing that, you don't have to start recording yourself doing the workouts if you're not comfortable doing that. We have plenty of people on the team that put it on their Insta stories. I know you guys have tons of backstage. Yeah, I know you have saved videos. So that would be the workouts explained. And then the transformation video, I think I'm just going to keep the same because it's pretty freaking awesome. The pricing one, here's where so much could go into this. So I really want to explain to people the value of a challenge pack all in one 6-minute video with your guys' help. So I want you guys to answer questions like overall general in 10 seconds or less, or 15 seconds or less. Why should you get a challenge pack? But here's more specific questions. I want you to talk about what it has meant for you as far as not having a gym membership Like I know my cousin was about to sign up for a gym membership and they were going to charge her $150 fee just to join and then $80 a month. I was like, why the fuck do you want to do that? That is stupid. Yeah. So not paying a gym membership, not having to worry about daycare while your kids are at the gym, and maybe driving to the gym, or the fact that maybe you didn't know what you were doing at the gym, so your workouts weren't super effective, or you were spending 2 hours there for no reason, like you were running on the treadmill for an hour at a slow speed and it didn't really do anything for you. Whatever it may be, talk about that on a video. Talk about and then I'll show like the different pricing options in that video too. And we made some graphics we used in the current sneak peek for coaches that just kind of showed the most popular challenge pack options, and showing them that especially for a coach, because a coach, it's a non-negotiable. If you're trying to sign up as a coach and work your business, you need to know about the products. So it's a non-negotiable to get a challenge pack. But I really want our challengers in a sneak peek to see that this is the most beneficial option for them and why. So you're going to get the nutrition support. You're going to get this. You're going to think of all the things when you were about to make that commitment of 140, 160, 180, whatever you spent on your initial challenge pack. What did it mean to you when you first got it? Was it worth it? And if it was, why? And I think most of you would answer yes, because you're still here, but why was it worth it? And what would you share with someone else who's on the fence about investing that money? Because they're probably scared, a little bit nervous that they're going to fail or they're going to whatever. So speak to that for people. And then bam, that's going to be our 5 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos for a challenger sneak peek. And we'll just keep using these videos each week for a coaching sneak peek and then a challenger sneak peek the following week. We talked about doing webinars. We're going to still talk about that. I don't know. I kind of am loving the way we're doing the 2-day sneak peek. We'll see how that, I'll talk to you guys about that later.
I think that we should do webinars in the challenge group, like in the community, not as an open invite.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have 2 people that are Instagram only people that have expressed interest in coaching, but don't have Facebook. And that would be my only way.
You can invite them to a sneak peek by email. You just send them the, you can Google it. I will not go through the details because I don't remember how to do it, but I have several people that I told Laura Ogle and Kelly a couple months ago. I have several people that are Instagram only, and they were like, I love you. You're great. I'll just consider your Instagram story my Priority Me project. Send me a message once a week. But you can also use Challenge Tracker for those people.
No, I have people that are wanting to coach, are interested in coaching.
I got it. You can send them a link to all of the groups to their email. Like they're in the sneak peek, but it's by their email.
So they don't even have a Facebook profile? Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Nicole Holt told me that, or I read it she posted it somewhere.
I love that about Target, Laura, that you put in the comments. Ask them what they spent at Target last and what they bought. You are way more valuable.
Target last week, and they're like, I don't know. How much did you spend?
Some new curtains that I didn't need, and
did it change your life?
Yeah. What's the Facebook?
I mean, I wouldn't ask it that way, but like, yeah, I spent that much money on my breakfast for the whole month. Tastes like a milkshake.
So, what are everybody's questions?
I'm obsessed with Andrea's tattoo right now. I'm sorry. Is it a phoenix?
You're muted. I'm unmuted.
You're muted. Is it a phoenix?
Yeah, it's like a phoenix peacock.
I'm obsessed.
How is this the first time I'm seeing this tattoo? I'm not showing my legs a lot.
But I feel like I follow your Instagram story and you work out and I've never seen it.
I saw it.
I would never wear shorts again after I had Tanner, and now I really do love my legs, so I'm wearing shorts.
I saw it. I was creeping.
We'll wear shorts eventually. I don't understand.
I
didn't wear shorts until I started Beachbody either.
Yeah,
I think after 80 Day I will.
Yeah, I'm kind of in love with shorts now. So As you should be, because you've worked very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I have.
Does anyone have anything? You guys just want to chat? Like,
Also, Lindsay, you could put those people, all the videos are on YouTube. You could just send them the YouTube link to the video.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't do that.
The other thing we could look at, we have a paid Zoom account for the team. We could look into, which I owe a little money for. We could look into having a paid Slack account for the team. You could build, it's kind of like Microsoft Teams. So you can build a community outside of Facebook. We can talk about how to transition from Facebook, because I do think that slowly people are going to get off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, like, I just posted the word bullshit, and then I was like, my mom can see that.
I
Ogleth's mom can see it, and your stepmom, and like all the people can see it.
My mom says worse.
Your mom wouldn't care. My mom wouldn't care, but it's like my mom's friends, my Aunt Mary Jane.
So the other thing, you guys, I know I'm going back to Iraq this week, and I think I'm going to have a little bit of more responsibility there. Either way, I'm going to have some dedicated time once I figure out my schedule. That's going to be, I'm going to tell my command there that this needs to be dedicated, uninterrupted time. One of those is going to be team call morning, which will be like 4 a.m. for me, so it's not going to be a big deal. But the other one, I want to offer a 1 time a week, consistent every week mentoring time for you guys. So anyone on the team, I don't care whose downline you are, anyone on the team that is just wants to hop on during that time and pick my brain, ask questions, trying to get over something, get past something, whatever, I want to offer that to you guys. So that is something that once I get my schedule figured out this coming week, and basically, like, there's a toxic leader there getting removed and I'm going to replace them. So I don't know what that means for my work hours just yet. But once I get the schedule figured out, I'll let you guys know what day and time. And I'll probably give some options, and then whatever most people have available, I'll pick that. And if I have extra time and other people wanted to do it, I'll do that too. So that is the plan. How do you guys, everybody unmute. I'm like, I want to hear from you guys. How do you guys feel about the sneak peeks? Like, how do you?
I love it.
Yes. You do.
And just like you, I can't stop watching the videos. And I showed my daughter a couple of the videos today, and every time I popped up, she'd kind of go, and she'd look at me and she's like, "You're on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm a YouTube star, baby.
YouTuber.
Watch out, Ryan's toy review.
And so I said, all that time that you think that I'm just ignoring you, I'm on my phone.
Ryan's
this
mom.
is what I'm doing.
Sarah, you said.
I'm excited about the Challenger sneak peek. That's really interesting. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, we used to do a Challenger sneak peek. I don't know why we stopped.
I do know why. We got exhausted doing it because we kept doing the webinars where we were like pouring out our story every month, and it was like, I just don't feel like I can go there emotionally tonight.
I can't cry again. I cried.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, why don't we do these videos? And you guys, let me just tell you, where there's a will, there's a way. If this doesn't inspire you, I'm not kidding you. Monday evening, Jessica and Lindsay and I were on a call, a brainstorming session, which we do every Monday at 4.
4:30
p.m. Eastern every Monday. If you want to get on a brainstorming session and just like brainstorm with us on what the next big thing we're going to do. But we were on Monday, and I was like, you guys, I know we talked about running our 2-day sneak peek for coaching, how we've been running them over the last couple months, but I'm not even motivated to do it. So if I'm not motivated to run it, people aren't going to be motivated to be in there. So can we like change it up? And I was like, I have this idea where we do these videos. You guys send me videos and answering these questions, and I'll I don't know if I know how to edit videos, but I'm going to fucking figure it out and try. And I'm going to make these videos. And I just got on iMovie and I was like, figured it out. It's really not that difficult. I can't believe that I pulled off what I did because they're like,
you did so good.
Yeah,
and I love
how
iMovie.
It's like so easy.
Yeah, I love how they can be reused. So it's not like every single time we're doing a sneak peek, we're all scrambling to get good content and everybody trying to make time in their schedule to go live and all of that.
I do think there is some benefit in the affinity to going live. So you just have to make sure you tag your
I don't know. I will say the affinity that's going on in there right now.
What I was saying is all you have to do is have a lot of comments and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Because what I also didn't like about the old way we did it with going live for 3 topics a day was no matter how it works, we don't have time. And when we do think we have time, we get interrupted by our kids and it comes off not as professional as it could have been. And maybe we're like more squirrel brained than we would have been. And we kind of randomly blabber about stuff that we otherwise kind of get off track. And so I wanted it to be like, we've got these people's attention, let's capitalize on that. And that was the intent of these videos. So I'm so excited. I was like making videos for 2 straight days because it was making me so happy to do them and keep watching them over and over and over. So I'm really excited to make the ones for this sneak peek coming up. So if you're going to make small videos to send me, just make them on your phone. They don't have to be special. You saw how we looked in them. I had my hair still up and I hadn't showered for my workout.
Yeah, I was still wearing my workout gear too.
Yeah.
We don't even need to talk about me.
I don't think Lindsay and I showered on Monday.
No, I didn't shower that day.
I mean, I always look like a stone cold fox. I'm sorry.
My husband even told me, he's like, "Are you gonna take a shower before bed?"
Maybe not.
That's none of your business.
Spliced me into this video defining dynamic force, but where the are my eyebrows? Can I get a redo? I was like, that's really sweet of her. Where am I?
Lori, Rachel, do you guys have any questions since you guys are sort of just now sticking your toes into figuring out what to do outside of just discount coaching?
I mean, I actually have a crap ton of questions, and I think probably I really want to do this. I'm gonna do everything I can to find the time, but I don't like putting myself out there to the world. It scares me. There's too many, I don't know, I don't know how you ladies do it. I think it's awesome.
What's your fear? Is your fear, all right, so I'm gonna go through the common ones. Are you worried so-and-so's gonna see me and they're gonna think poorly of my body, of what I'm saying, of what I'm doing? Do you have a fear that they're gonna judge you or reject you?
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna make different recommendations, and it's okay to say both because I'm a both person.
We've all been there, girl. I mean, literally, I think every single one of us are like.
Do you want me to get really real with you? My boss is an energy healer. My new boss is an energy healer. And she's like, you have a very caring spirit, but people take advantage of it. And they flip your word, make you look like a bad person. And then you take it personally, and then you come at them wounded the next time, and then continue the cycle because you're nervous, and then you're giving them nervous energy. And so I've been doing a lot of reading about limitations, and I think our most common limitation is that fear that somebody's going to say no, but that they're going to actually dislike what we're doing or think what we're doing is ineffective.
So what's your biggest fear, Rachel?
My employees are my friends on Facebook. I've got to go
do it on Instagram.
Don't jump off. We need a picture first before everybody jumps off.
Can you do it on Instagram?
I don't even use Instagram. I mean, I feel like I'm old when it comes to all that stuff. Like, my daughter has to show me everything. I didn't know about Snapchat until she showed me. And I don't even use it. I use it to stalk her to see what she's doing.
Well,
All right, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so then I have another
Priority.
thing you could do, and you could Google it, and a YouTube video will pop up. Make a limited friends list and put all your employees on that friends list and publish it to everybody but that list. They won't see it. It won't matter. I don't know why you're worried about that particular group. I used to be worried about my employees, and I couldn't sell to them. We have a non-solicitation agreement at work, but they were all like, go head on, boss lady.
Well, I know for me, I was super insecure to share because I'd always been the one that sort of hid all of my struggles. So just the fact of being like vulnerable and being real scared the crap out of me. I'll never forget, Laura actually put my first side-by-sides together, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to puke. Post it on my Facebook. I feel like I'm going to puke. And she's like, hit post, put your phone down, and walk away. Don't go back. Don't go back for like a couple hours. And when I did go back, I was like, holy shit, there's all these people that are like super encouraging and positive. I was expecting a whole bunch of crickets or a whole bunch of haters. And just doing that one post.
Question though, now that I'm studying this, is that because you see it and you scroll, or because you internally eye roll when you've previously seen those kind of posts?
Oh, honestly, I've never seen those posts before ever. I've never heard of Beachbody before, never had seen transformation pictures posts before ever. So it was because I was insecure with myself, and was because I was insecure with, I have some judgy people in my life, even still to this day. And they are family, so I can't really like say, peace out, Girl Scout, 100%. I mean, I've definitely set my boundaries, but I was scared of what they were going to say. I was scared of the judgment. I was scared of the catty talking. Of, like, women, we are trained at such a young age to be competitive with each other instead of like loving and supporting each other. So that was my automatic response, was this is how people are going to respond to me. And I think for you, Rachel, I think that the more you just slowly dive in and just, like she said, set up a separate list. That way certain people that you don't feel comfortable right now sharing with can't see it. I did that. And then eventually over time, I took those people off the list and I was like, watch it, see what I got to say. And hell, I put some pretty vulnerable stuff out there now. And you asked me a year ago if that's what I would have done. I would have been like, hell no. You asked me a year ago if I would have been on Instagram stories like I was today. Hell no. Like, it's just taking baby steps and doing what feels comfortable to a degree. If you're not comfortable sharing your progress pictures yet, just maybe a sweaty selfie saying, man, it sure does feel good to work out and get some endorphins. Just sort of like dip your toes in the water until it gets more and more comfortable. Now I'll just post, hey, what was it, last week or week before, Laura, that I finally came out and was like, this is how depressed I was. When I say I was depressed, people, I was looking for life insurance policies without a suicide clause, which, by the way, is real. And I was looking for that. Would I have ever told these hundreds, thousands, I don't even know how many people are on my stuff. Would I have ever told these people that before? Absolutely not, because I've always been so positive on the outside. No one saw me so strong on the outside. No one saw that person, and I was terrified of being judged about that. But now I get messages from women on the daily saying, thank you for sharing that. I feel the exact same way, and I'm terrified to even speak up about it. And the fact that you're just sharing your story so freely makes me feel like I'm not alone in this. And these are people that aren't my clients. They're not like providing me an income, they're just people I'm touching and impacting, and the more you get those, the more you're like, this isn't so bad. I'm making a difference, you know?
And I'll tell you, yeah, that
you're making a huge difference.
Yeah.
Thanks, friend.
And, you know, here's the thing. There are people out there who hate on people posting, you know, they probably call me vain, that I post a selfie and I'm just doing it for the likes or whatever, or I post a picture.
Or you're losing your butt or you're losing your boobs.
Yeah. I don't. Here's the thing. I've been doing this long enough.
Have you seen my booty? Ain't nobody gonna say that.
Right.
Go.
Excuse me, Autumn is gonna take care of that. But thanks.
I've been doing it long enough that I don't care about that aspect of social media and sharing. But in the beginning, I was hesitant to put stuff up like that. But what happened for me is from the jump, I started coaching and I had like 10 people with me my first month that signed up, and they all committed and did a challenge. And having those 10 people come back to me and say, oh my God, like I have been trying to lose this, you know, 10 pounds and I just lost 7 of it in a month. And having them go from like the low confidence, like I did, to having confidence and feeling good about themselves for the first time in 2-3 years, more years, that was like, oh my God, I'm making a difference. And so it made it easier for me to start showing more and more of that. And when I first started as a coach, my youngest was a couple years old. I went through a pregnancy and postpartum since then. And I would have never, after my first son, shared a 2-week postpartum picture of myself on social media. Are you fucking kidding me? I would have never shared that. But I knew how much power there was going to be in me sharing that and sharing how I was working back to where I was before having the baby. And and it's been powerful. I share it every time I share it. People are like, oh my God, like I am in the same place I was 2 weeks postpartum a year later. How do I do what you did? How do I get there? And so you start helping more and more people, it takes away, you realize it's about more than you. It's bigger than you. It's about the people that you're helping.
Yes.
And it's just something you have to get comfortable with.
I know both of you guys have concerns on time. Like Laura said, she works 60 hours a week, commuted 3 hours a day for work. She's got 2 young kids, yeah. Dog, you know, or frankly,
a dog is a beast.
You know, we all, and I'm not wanting to sound rude by any means, but we all have the same amount of time in a day. So what it comes down to is just really delegating that time. It doesn't you don't have to sit there and work your business for several hours a day. When I first started, I was working data entry, working 12 to 14 hours a day. And I was doing that with a 3-year-old at home. Let me tell you how freaking frazzled I was already. And I would just literally, like, if I went to the bathroom as I'm sitting on the toilet, I would be chatting with people and then I'd stop. Or if if my husband was driving and I was in the passenger seat, I would make a post or whatever it may be. I just worked in little bitty pockets of my day until I really got better use of understanding how this all works.
It's about priorities. So I say this all the time to people. Before I started coaching and maybe 30 minutes a day is what I put into my business before this deployment, before now. I'm doing a lot more than that now because I have way bigger goals. But 30 minutes a day got me to diamond and making about $1,000 a month. So that's doable and that's realistic. That's a realistic goal to go toward. And I started doing that within 6 months of coaching. So that's a doable goal that anyone on this team can reach. Mm-hmm. And what I did was every single night in the evening before I was a coach, I would sit in front of the TV for 2 hours after the baby went to bed, and I would just watch mindless TV. And I realized, which brought me joy, and that's fine. I still watch The Bachelor. I still watch Game of Thrones. I still binge watch shows on Netflix here on deployment. It still happens. But I had to make the sacrifice of, okay, huge fan of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yeah. Teresa Giudice in 2 years isn't going to have brought me anything of value.
I can binge that when I'm 5-star.
Yeah. Do I really need to watch another hour of mindless reality TV right now? Or can I go put an hour of work into my business or 30 minutes of work into my business? And when I started doing that, it's so funny. Both my husband and I stopped watching TV. It's like we went from
we got rid of cable
hours to getting rid of cable. We have a backyard kids, but we stopped. And even now to this day, do you know what we do in the evenings when I'm home? Because we work a lot and we work out a lot, is we go to bed at like 8 p.m. because we're up by 4 a.m. Because we used to sit up so late and we were sleep deprived. So on top of everything else of like not feeding ourselves right, not working out the right way, we were sleep deprived because we were watching 2 hours of shit TV every night. And we went from that to me making all this extra income because I would put the kids to bed or he'd put the kids to bed for me and I would go sit and focus and work the business for 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever I had time to do that night before bed. And that was it. And that was the end of our night. So it is doable. And you really think about your day and what is in your day, what is adding value to your own life, and where do you want this to go? If you just, your end result with this business is all about what your goal is, and your goal can change. You could decide right now you want to just kind of put your feet in, see how it goes, see how it works. Mm-hmm. And then in 3 months, you can say, I kind of want to do this more. That's okay. Because you're going to start to see that you do have more time that you didn't realize you have.
Mm-hmm. So I made about 7, just to like keep it real with you guys, because Lars got big commutes and all of that stuff. I have huge phases of my life that I just like, in the spring, I'm lucky if I get on a team call. I think you guys would all agree to say. I have shown people my schedule before. My Google Calendar is public because people don't believe the things that I do in the spring, because dance is one of my passions and I'm not going to give it up. But my kid also dances. I dance. I work full time. I'm an hour in the car to work 4 days a week, and my husband owns a business. So if he's here, I'm not here. If I'm not here, he's not here. Like, it's basically I'm home to sleep. I have 3 weeks worth of laundry piled up. I'm like everybody else. But I made almost $7,000 last year working my business basically 3 months out of the year. And what would have that been if I worked it 6 months out of the year? It would have been more than $14,000, because it more than compounds because your team grows, and the way our income works, it expounds. And so a lot of times I'll go really hard just from like when I have pockets of time. So for me, that's summer through the end of the year. And there's a huge push from Summit. And so you don't have to feel like you have to have 30 minutes a day. Maybe you have your kids' soccer practice time or their dance rehearsal time, or a lot of us have some pockets of time during the week that each day we spent 15 minutes
during nap time on the weekend.
Yeah, everybody's got a different time. But if you really sat down and looked at your calendar, if you could find little pockets of times, I do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes before bed to maintain my business. And then when I'm growing my business, I'll do 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. That's a way for me to get a full hour in without impacting my bedtime. I can't impact my bedtime.
Yeah. Okay, so moving forward for you guys, I think that the next step would be getting into the New Coach Academy.
Bye, Andrea. Love you.
Good night.
Bye, Tanner. I love you.
Hi, Tanner.
He's so cute.
Getting into the New Coach training and kind of tackling that just bit by bit. There's some videos in there that are 2 minutes, some are an hour. So it just really varies with the length of the videos. But I recommend to everybody to get a fresh notebook so you can take notes as you're watching the training, because after you finish that training, that's when you would want to get on a getting started right call with Lindsay and me if you want me to be on there, but where we can just kind of go over questions and go over what's next. How do you go? What are the questions you had from the training? Now you've had it all. Now let's start implementing what you've learned. And the training is up to you on how fast or slow you go through it. Really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I got it done in like a few days, but that's because I binge watched it.
Yeah.
I think if you binge watch, it's a total of 2.5 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like It's not a ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's shorter than Endgame.
And since you guys
watch that.
Yeah, since you guys were only discount coaches, I never really connected you with any of that kind of stuff because you didn't need it.
Yeah.
But I've got a note right here that's gonna, after my workout in the morning, I will get you connected with all of the DF Academy that she was talking about, and it's self-paced. Do it at your own convenience.
Well, I went back and found my email, and there are some videos on Beachbody in the coach section. Is that what you're referring to?
That's the corporate one.
Yeah, you can watch those. Yeah, but we did take some of those corporate ones and put them into our DF Academy ones. The corporate ones are good because they'll show you how to set up your back office with your direct deposit. It'll kind of give you a run through of what the office looks like and how you go through it, so you get used to looking at your next week's earnings or your volume or your success club. It shows you how to navigate your office, which is all really important. But a lot of the really important, because we went through that when we redid our Dynamic Force Academy about 8 months ago, and we kind of weeded through what we felt were like the really important videos in that coach welcome packet. But it's all valuable, of course. You can watch it all. And then some of it's going to be repeated in the Dynamic Force Academy.
I think the Beachbody training is good for like more of logistic type stuff, but
you still need to do it, but you don't have to do it first.
Yeah,
our training is like, how can you do this on social media? How can you?
Yeah, and how do you talk to people? Like when people have interjections, how do you respond to that? Because let me tell you something, their excuses, their interjections, their whatever, and eventual stories, I mean, I'm all for making up my own words today. I promise. I already told them. I was like, dude, I can't talk. I don't need to talk on
today. Don't talk right. Leave me alone.
Yeah. But seriously, you'll have people. I think both of you actually. Well, Lori, you weren't as persistent of a no, but I know, Rachel, it took you a while to come around.
It's like the Brady Bunch. You're just
pointing to them. I don't even know if I'm pointing to them right on their screen either. But, everybody has their own excuses that they have to work on themselves. It's not a matter of them not wanting to do it.
They're scared. They're coming from
if they're liking your stuff, if they're reaching out to you, it's not a matter of them not wanting to do it. It's a matter of them not believing in themselves, them not thinking they're worthy of it, them having the excuse of, I don't have enough time, I'm a picky eater, my kids won't stop, leaving me alone, and all this. And, those are valid points. However, we all know that we have 30 minutes to work out. We can eat better. Our kids can go sit with their tablets. Yeah, I'm not a big electronic fan, but if that's what's going to keep my kid occupied to leave me alone, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And then they'll eventually you talk to them. And basically my point is these trainings sort of helps you understand how to respond to those things.
Yeah.
And really get to the bottom of what is their issue. What is it that they really need from you as a coach to help motivate them? And that's why with you, Lori, I knew you wanted it, but I knew you had it to do it on your own time. So I just let you do your thing. I didn't pressure you. I'd check in on you every once in a while to see how you were doing. And I knew eventually you were going to come back around and you're going to be like, okay, either if I don't do something, you're not going to leave me alone, or okay, now I'm finally ready, whatever. And look at you. You're freaking crushing Transform 20, which is not an easy program.
So I got to hop off because my phone is dying, or my tablet is dying, but I'm just going to tell you one